Good morning. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Happy Mother's Day. Today is Sunday, May 8th, and it's 2022. And I am out walking Gigi and Stoli. And yes, they are both mini golden doodles. So, I just read some horrifying news that 3 Americans died while vacationing at the Sandals in Bahamas, and a 4th is seriously injured. And apparently there's some speculation that there was a refrigerant coolant leak on the systems, which caused their 3 fatalities. Again, this is all allegedly, but let's talk about that for a second. Let's just talk about that for a split second. Come on, guys. First, let's have a moment of silence for the 3 dead Americans who lost their lives so tragically and just through no fault of their own. And a speedy recovery to that 4th person. All right, without knowing which refrigerant was running in these systems that they have, it may be R22. I doubt it. It's possible, highly likely, that it's R410A. If it's an ammonia-based refrigerant, well then, But let's talk about it being R22 or even R410A, Puron and Freon, as they're called in the trades. It's the trademark names. Refrigerants displace oxygen. I remember years ago when I first started doing refrigeration, as a service tech, having done plumbing and heating for a number of years, one of the first calls I went into was in an attic, and there was a weird noise coming from the air handler when the system was running. Anyway, I go up to the unit in the attic, and I confirm that the noise is coming from the air handler. It sounds like something's wrong with the blower wheel. It's like rattling, it's scratching. Something's definitely up with that. So it's a Rheem air handler, and I go to take off the cover, and when I did, I don't know how it happened, but a hole developed in the 3/8 copper refrigeration lines, and all the refrigerant started spilling out into this attic. And to get out of this attic, I had to climb over it, because the idiots who installed it didn't think about the guy who has to service this thing. But the only thing I'm thinking of, I need to get the fuck out of this attic as soon as possible, because I could die. And why did I think that? Because refrigerant displaces oxygen. And if you're in a room or a confined space and you have that amount of refrigerant coming out of a system, you could suffocate, because you will be deprived of oxygen and you will pass out. And hopefully you won't die, but you could. And there's also this crazy thing with these youths out there that huffing refrigerant. You want a one-way ticket to the morgue. That'll do it to you. So back to these 3 Americans who died at Sandals in the Bahamas yesterday, or last night. I believe it was last night, or the night before last. In order for, as quote unquote, the coolant to have caused their demise, and it was R410A, R22, you really needed to have a substantial leak in order for that to occur. You have to have that much refrigerant, dumping into, the conditioned space, which is their villa, their hotel room, where you had that much refrigerant spilling into the conditioned space, which displaced oxygen, and hence, their death. So is it likely? Anything's possible, but I would say no. So now we talked about Freon, we talked about Puron. There are other refrigerants out there, and a lot of refrigerants out there, but I'm just used to, because in my line of work, mostly residential and some light commercial, that's all we work with. We work with R22, which is almost extinct, and we work with R410A, which is rumored to be replaced with another quote-unquote non-ozone depleting compounds. But there's also ammonia. Ammonia can be used as a refrigerant in industrial and, large industrial plants. Would it be used here in this particular case? I don't know. We also have propane. Also can displace oxygen, but is also non-toxic, so I don't think it would be propane. Highly flammable, but non-toxic. So at this point, it's just very, very early to speculate. Someone forwarded me an article, and I went to the nypost.com on my phone while I'm walking the dogs. And I was like, I don't know. It doesn't really seem that possible. I don't know. So I figured out, you know what? Let me create a video. Let me talk about this a little bit. Let's get a conversation started. Let's get some dialogue going on. And let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. Am I missing something here? But refrigerants displace oxygen. And I'm betting no. It's not the cause of death, but I could be wrong. But let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to engaging in conversation with all of you. Let's get some feedback from the community. All right. Thank you for watching.